struggling with extreme weather. Take, for example, the U.S., where air temperature has dropped to minus 45 degrees Celsius, leading to 45 deaths. Not just that, floods also took place in California as the country is ravaged by extreme weather.
Now, we have also struggled with many natural disasters right here in Indonesia, from earthquakes to extreme weather such as heavy rain, accompanied by strong winds, and we have seen them all. Now, to understand more on the weather anomaly, we're now joined by Ida Pramuwardani from the Meteorological, Climatological, and also Geophysical Agency, or known as BMKG, and she is set to share her expertise about this phenomenon. Thank you so much for joining us, and very good morning to you, Maida.
Good morning,
Yeah,
Maida.
good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, hopefully.
Mas Rangga and Bakaro.
Thank you so much for being here with us. So again, Maida, we're going to go straight forward in regards to the weather phenomenon that is not only happening in Indonesia, but also we already shared some things that is happening in the Northern Hemisphere in the United States. But looking back right now to Indonesia, I think we must say in the last quarter of 2022, we had faced so many natural disasters that includes earthquakes, landslide, extreme weather such as floods, heavy winds, heavy rain, strong winds. So as of current though, Maida, can you predict these kind of extreme weather will still happen within this month, or is there any other prediction?
Yeah, before we go into more detail about the extreme weather, we have to have the same view that extreme weather with earthquake is different, because earthquake is like a geological and geophysical condition, but extreme weather caused from the atmosphere, so it's different. And yeah, we know that Indonesia now is experiencing rainy season, and some parts of Indonesia, especially Java, also still experiencing the peak of rainy season in month of January until February 2022. So there are also many factors that are also triggering the this condition, the possibility of high rainfall condition, like Asia monsoon. And it's also triggered by the Nordic cultures that it is like a phenomenon that bring the the dry and cold air from the continent of Asia to equator to Indonesia, and it can evoke the cloud being in Indonesia. And also the other factor that also contribute to heavy rainfall is the atmospheric wave, especially equatorial USB and also MGO, and also, as you said before, the extratropical LE that also still occur in the northern part of Australia. It can bring the humid air mass come closer to Indonesia, so it can make a big potential of heavy rainfall over the Indonesia region. And until next 3 days, the potential possibility of heavy rainfall can be occur in the west coast of Sumatra, Bengkulu, South Sumatra, Lampung, Banten, West Java, Central Java, Yogyakarta, East Java, and also Bali, Nusa Tenggara, South Sulawesi, and the last one is North Kalimantan. So those areas can be prepared for the next 3 days.
Right, but Ida, you mentioned that one of them was earthquake, not part of the extreme weather. But we're wondering here because the recent happenings here around Indonesia, for example, the Rob flood in the coastal areas and also the earthquakes again in Garut and in Jayapura. Now, were they considered by, or maybe can be categorized as a cause of the extreme weather?
Yeah, the rob is caused by three factors. It is like a superposition of the three factors. The first one is high waves, and then a maximum tides, and the last one is a strong wind. As a strong wind is one component of extreme weather, it can be concluded that extreme weather also can cause the rob. But although extreme weather is not the only one reason for rob, for rob.
Yeah. And again, if it's earthquake and landslide, that is natural disaster, as differs with the extreme, weather. But again, I think at the last quarter every year and the beginning of the first quarter of a new year, it seems that Indonesia always have these kind of natural disasters prone and also extreme weather. If we remember tsunami in the year 2004, and then last year in 2022, we have also earthquake in Cianjur and part of West Java and whatnot, and other parts of Indonesia itself. Why do you think this always happen? Always in the last quarter of a year. It seems that it almost happened in the same similar time. But I mean, you're the expert on this. What's your take on this?
Although actually I'm more concerned on the weather, but I'll try to answer your question about the earthquake. Yeah, because Indonesia is a ring of fire, southern part of Indonesia, and it starts from Sumatra until Java and other region in southern part. So it can be said that Indonesia is quite prone to happen earthquake and also tsunami.
So
I think that's
So it doesn't not only happen only in the last of year or in the beginning of year. It could happen at any time because of our geography itself. Now, if we're talking about extreme weather, though, Maida, it's not only Indonesia. We've already catered and reported also there's a lot in Philippines, Southeast Asia region, in the Philippines itself. Some parts in Malaysia that has flash floods. Indonesia, in the United States, we have a very long drought for the year of 2022. Now we have flash floods and floods, especially in the parts of California. We have heavy snow in the Midwest and also in the Northwest and Northeast of the United States alone. We've seen a lot of this, and actually one of our colleagues, Marisa Anida, she said that right now United Kingdom is 19 Celsius. Usually it's always in the zero, right? And now it's like springtime there. Exactly. So it is very evident, climate change is already here within us. But do you have perhaps another explanation what causes this extreme weather phenomenon?
Yeah, actually, extreme weather always occur every time. It's not only maybe this last year. It occurs since in last maybe couple decades. But we have to consider also about the global warming, because global warming, although it's not the only one reason, but it have a contribution for extreme weather based on several references. But in some of extreme weather, we have to know that extreme weather usually occur in Indonesia, especially during rainy season, especially for the area of Java and also Bali, Sumatra, Kalimantan, South Sulawesi, and also Nusa Tenggara will experiencing rainy season during December, January to February. And the rainy season, the heavy rain can conduct or can cause hydrometeorological disaster like flash flood, and also strong wind and also landslide. So the area that have to be aware of those kind of hydrometeorological disaster during rainy season have to intensify or strengthening the awareness of the condition. So maybe the area like in the significant slope like a mountain slope, or the area we already have a bad condition of environment, and also the urban area should be aware of those possibility of hydrometeorological disaster during this rainfall season.
Right. But Ida, I want to go back just maybe about 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, where we were forecasted that very bad rain or a weather forecast was going to happen here, especially around Jakarta. But eventually, it actually got a little bit better, because we know BMKG was doing a little bit something to kind of modify the forecast. But can you explain to us a little bit? We know there's salt being sprayed onto the clouds up there, but is there any more of the preventative measures that BMKG are doing to help manage the situation for us here?
Yeah, as a duty of BMKG, inform the weather condition in Indonesia. We doing monitoring and also weather forecast and disseminate weather forecast to the people and also stakeholder. And also BMKG also doing a deep analysis. And in the other hand, BMKG also doing a coordination and also collaboration with the other stakeholder, like you mentioned previously. We doing like modification, weather modification. We collaborating with other stakeholders like green and also BPBD, BNPB, and TNI and other stakeholders to prevent the possibility of the hydrometeorological disaster due to extreme weather and other preventive agenda that we also conduct every year is like doing field school and also mosaic that can socialize and also give literation and also educating people of the meteorological and also climatological condition. And we also give the information by a program in a social media to educate and give the information about the meteorology, and collaborating and coordinating with other stakeholders in both local and also HQ also important.
Yeah, just letting you know though, Mbak Ida, all the prevention that you're doing and also, being very open and kind of socializing, especially in regards to everything in BMKG itself, it's really beneficial for us, the people right here. Because for me, I'm not like that before, like a couple of years, but now whenever I wake up, I see the time and I see the weather forecast by BMKG. What is happening and what's the weather forecast for today so that I can prepare for my daily activities itself. Now, in regards to the extreme weather, you previously mentioned usually Indonesia is very known for January to February to have these extreme weather because of the rainy season. Then when is the peak that you can share with us, the peak of the prediction of the extreme weather to be in the peak and highest moment, Mbak
Ida? So we, as you mentioned, the January and February is a peak season of heavy rainfall in some area. So I think, and also strong wind can also caused by the extreme weather, heavy rainfall. So people should be aware, should be more aware, and intensifying the collaboration and also coordination with a stakeholder also important during this period. I think that's
especially when people want to travel, right, Ranga?
Right, because but Ida, travel-wise, maybe advisory for people that are still trying to come back from holiday vacation or maybe going into the holiday, because I have some relatives at the moment who are still traveling, just left Jakarta a few days ago. Maybe there's some advice that you can give us for those who are still on the road and traveling to get back home or trying to get somewhere.
Yeah, because we are in the peak of rainy season, especially in Java, who maybe the people majority traveling in this region. So people should be still aware of the possibility of significant weather condition, like maybe the extreme weather and also strong wind, and also people who want to travel in using a marine accommodation should also be aware of the high wave, because in the next upcoming days, like maybe until next 3 days, the heavy waves in the area of Java Sea and also South Java waters, South Java waters, and also Bali, Nusa Tenggara should be still aware of high waves during maybe next three days.
All right, so those that's traveling, especially by an airplane, you have to watch out to and get ready for everything. Yes. Mbak Ida, thank you very much for your time for this morning. Thank you for your expertise and sharing and highlighted on these issues. So thank you so much, and hopefully we'll see you again very soon in the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. A very good morning to you. And that was Ida Pramuwardani from Meteorological, Climatological and Geophysical Agency, or known as BMKG.